I'll be back. You can't keep me away forever. I'll find a way in. You look strong enough. Can you help me?
Depends on what you need.
Information. My brother Solon has been missing for weeks. No one listens. They say he ran away, but he wouldn't leave me alone. He wouldn't. He knows I hate being by myself. Anyway, he was last seen training at this school. I'm sure it has something to do with his disappearance. Please, can you help me find out what happened to him?
I'll see what I can find out.
You're nicer than you look. Thank you.
Don't thank me just yet. My help doesn't come cheap.
What? You would demand drachmi from a child?
I guess we can work something out.
I don't have much, but I'll repay you with whatever I have.
That will do.
I think the trainers might know more about my brother's disappearance. But be careful. Rumor has it he can take out a Chimera with his bare fists. Or was it that he looks like a Chimera with bare fists? In any case, I'd take caution not to look for a fight.
I don't look for fights. They usually find me. Why are there so many young athletes training at this school?
You've never heard of this place? This school is what Thassos is known for. It was founded by Theogenes, the famous Olympian. Many others, like my brother, train here in hopes of becoming the next Olympic champion.
Your brother must have been gone for a long time.
Weeks. It's been weeks. He would never leave me alone for so long. He used to boast about future Olympic victories and adventures. He always said he'd make me the proudest sister in all the Greek world. But how can he do that when he's not even here?
I'll find out what happened to your brother.
Please hurry. It's been too quiet around here without him.
If you've come to enroll in my school, I'm afraid you're at least 10 years too late.
Shame. You must be the one training these athletes.
Have you not heard of me? I am Euthymos, Master Olympic Trainer. Under my charge, my student sees victories as easily as Theogenes sees the bronze statue of Thassos. Everyone has heard of me.
Who? I've never heard your name before today.
Then you must be quite deaf.
I've heard other things, though. In particular, that students of yours have gone missing.
Missing? Nonsense! My students are champions! They fly towards adventure all the time! Under my wing, they will soar to great heights, like a hot-blooded Pegasus.
Do you remember a former student named Solon?
You think you can storm into my school and demand answers like an impertinent slave? You'll sooner be gutted like one.
I need to know if your school has a connection to the disappearances.
Connection? Ha! Nonsense! This is a place of blood, sweat, and brawn. The only things that vanish here are the weaknesses in heart and body.
How about we put our skills to the test?
I'd rather not waste my time or my skills on the likes of a nobody.
Sounds like you're backing down.
Don't won't work, Misthios.
Hold on, you seem familiar. I recognize you. You're in the Olympics. You're the champion, I'm sure of it.
Yes, you're looking at an Olympic champion.
Get back to your training.
You're amazing! Tell us, what do we need to do to be a true champion?
A true champion runs daily with the weight of 2 cows slung across the shoulders.
Doesn't sound impressive to me. So, an Olympic champion strolls into my school, steals my thunder, and dares to challenge me? The great Euthymos!
Does the great Euthymos accept this challenge? Or is he too afraid?
Afraid? Ha ha ha! Try sparring with my students first. We'll see if you are as strong as you say you are.
Let's see what your students are made of.
Be careful. I heard the healers have their hands full these days.
I'm sure they will find time to tend to injured youth.
Oh, not bad. Even the best of my students cannot stand against you.
Warm-up is over.
Oh, such fire! Come then if you dare. Face me like a real warrior in our arena. Oh, I'll be careful not to break too many bones. My loyal students! This Misthios has the nerve to challenge me, the great Euthymos, at my, our school. This is your last chance, Misthios. It can all end if you simply walk away.
Are you done talking?
Oh, we'll see what you are made of then, hmm? We'll fight like real champions. All right. All right. I yield. You've ruined my reputation. How will my students learn from me now?
You were ruined by pride. I had no part in it.
We've nothing to learn from a fallen master. Some of us want to follow in your footsteps, Misthios. Can we come with you?
You should continue your training here.
Fine. You've won. You are worthy. I'll tell you what I know. Keeping a school like this is expensive, but we receive a good lump of drachmi from this rich fellow to keep things running. He visits now and then, stinking of wine, frequently accompanied by strange men.
I assume they're not here to admire the training grounds.
I noticed that they tend to favor my star athletes, the ones who exhibit exemplary skills and performance. They watch them very closely.
Solon was one they looked closely at, I presume.
Oh, Solon. He was one of my greatest athletes. He stopped coming to class soon after the men came.
Yet you do nothing? Even when you clearly know something isn't right?
This fellow has powerful allies and influence. I've tried to do something, Misthios. I've asked questions, and I was told to stop for my own good and the good of the students. As much as I hate to admit, I am powerless.
It's best if you stay here and keep out of their way. Let me deal with this.
I'm sorry that I'm not much help.
I heard everything. How can you stand by while your students are being taken? All for drachmi?
How did you get in here? Is she your daughter?
Men like you are the worst. I can't rely on you. I can't rely on anyone. I'm going to save my brother.
Her brother? By Zeus, what have I done?
Your face looks more sour than this fishy stink.
Why shouldn't I be sour, huh? My no-good son sailed off with my boat and should have been back hours ago. Probably showing off for that Mytilene girl. Ugh.
He's probably just lost track of time. I'm sure he'll be back eventually.
Of course he'll be back eventually. But I need him back now. These fish are not going to skin themselves, you know. Say, have you got time for an errand? Go look for my boy on the bay bordering the Petrified Valley and Ancient Pearl. And when you find him, scare him a bit to teach him a lesson. I'll pay you for it.
I'll do it.
Good. You find him, and I'll tan his hide.
And where exactly is this bay?
Fisherman's Bay is northeast of here and runs through the middle of our island. You can't miss it.
Tell me more about the girl.
I don't know, some Mytilene, lovely, full of history and poetry from that school over there. She keeps my boy's head in the clouds instead of focused on his work.
Let's quit chatting so I can go find your son.
See that you do. I'll pay you, and then my boy's hide will pay for taking my boat out. Any word on my son?
Your son is dead. Drowned in his fishing net.
No. My boy. My poor boy. I pushed him too hard.
What's wrong?
My workers are sick. At this rate, I won't be able to feed my own family, never mind theirs.
The good news is this isn't the work of the gods, but a sickness of the body. The throat in particular. I could treat the workers, if I had my medical supplies. Misthios, would you get them for me?
I wouldn't want them to suffer.
Well said. Such goodwill deserves a reward, doesn't it?
Huh? Of course, yes. I have something worthwhile to trade for the service. Will you do it?
I'll find your supplies.
Excellent. My tools are in Ancient Pearl, and the drugs are in Lover's Bay.
Ancient Pearl is pretty big. Where exactly did you leave your tools?
In the clinic at Vrisa Fort.
Where exactly in Lover's Bay should I look?
At the leader house in Midilini, northeast of the temple.
I'll come back with your supplies.
The faster you do, the sooner I can help the workers.
I found your supplies.
Thank you. These are specialized items. I couldn't have replaced them in time.
Oh, my grapes are saved!
I get the feeling that's all you've cared about from the start.
Without grapes, there is no work. By healing the workers, you've saved my farm. Take this.
The beasts. The teeth. Too many teeth. You saved me in my work, too. A cure for the statues in the Petrified Valley.
You can reverse the effects?
My elixir can. I mean, not yet. I'm trying to reverse the effects of petrifaction by concocting an elixir of various ingredients.
Give it to me. A friend of mine was recently turned to stone.
I can't. I don't have all the ingredients. But, if you could get them for me, I could give you a vial of it as a reward.
I'll gather what you need.
Excellent. Now listen closely to these ingredients. I require a cluster of bear dung mushrooms, some cone snail bile, and a bouquet of hellebore.
Medusa was alive and causing the petrification. I was able to enter her lair and slay her. So, there will be no more people turned to stone.
Medusa? She was real? It matters not. What matters is saving the poor souls presently trapped. My elixir can save them. I know it.
What is a hellebore?
Hellebore is a flowering plant you can find growing atop the highest mountain in Vineyard Canyon.
Where can I find these mushrooms?
They grow on fresh bear dung. There's a cave in the mountains south of the road to Mytilene where you can usually find them.
Where can I find cone snails?
Cone snails are drawn to the warm currents of the eastern shoreline. My favorite spot is by Sark Bay. Make sure the bile is fresh.
I'll go collect your ingredients.
Come to my workshop on the hill east of Mytilene when you have everything. Very good. Now I'll be able to make a new store of elixir. But first, I need to make sure it's safe for human consumption. The vial on the table is my last dose. I saved it especially for you.
I'm not drinking anything with bear dung mushroom in it.
Don't be silly. Drink it and you'll be impervious to petrifaction.
I'm not sure about this.
What? You believe my elixir works, don't you?
I think you're crazy.
No, no, no. You need to drink it. I need models for my statues.
Ah, you are a welcome sight. Your beauty brings light into the darkness of what has become my life.
It's good to see you too, Phidias.
Now, this is important. No one saw you come here, did they?
No? Why?
You're sure you weren't followed? Good, good. They're out there, though. Watching. Waiting.
Who's after you?
The cult of Cosmos. Remember Athens? They never stopped hunting me, Alexios.
Why would they be after you now?
They want me dead. Moving me here has only bought a little more time. I need your help.
What makes you think you're in trouble now?
The other day, I received a skitali and a note.
Someone left you a piece of wood and a letter. I can see why you're frightened.
Oh, it's so much more than that.
What's so special about a stick?
It's not just any stick. The Skitali is used by the Spartans to send coded messages.
Okay, so let's talk about your stick.
Skitali!
All right, Skitali.
I need to get the code. Then I'll show you how it works.
What did the message say?
Look to your art. The King of Gods has a message to impart.
Fantastic. That's not a message. It's barely passable as a riddle.
It's obvious. The King of Gods.
Zeus.
Yes. And what am I?
There are so many answers to that, but... I suppose you're a sculptor.
Exactly.
So where do I need to go?
The Temple of Zeus, of course. It's here in Olympia. The clue for the Skitali should be around the statue.
Okay. If it'll put your mind at rest, I'll help.
Thank you. Now hurry and look to the statue of Zeus in his temple to find the message. Once I have the clue, I can decipher it with the Skitali.
Don't worry. I'll be back as soon as I can. So, what was the message? Did it give you the information you were looking for?
In a manner of speaking, the message you gave me, I wrapped it around the rod.
You wrapped it around your rod?
Yes, the Skitali. It's ingenious. The right message for the right rod. Wrap the cloth around it, and the letters should align, giving you the message.
Yes, very interesting. But what did it say?
It's directions.
Well, don't keep me waiting. What did it say?
It's a list of statues, and there's something else, but it's not complete.
Do you think the complete message will be revealed once all the statues have been visited?
I would assume so.
Someone's gone to a lot of trouble to ensure this remains a secret.
Maybe it will reveal the identity of the ones who want to dispose of me. Will you help?
Tell me what I need to do.
There are 3 locations listed. Each region has a statue of some renown placed there.
So it's safe to say that at each of these statues, there will be a clue.
Yes, it'll be quite a journey. The statues are scattered all over. There's one near Kythera, another at Thasos, and also Samos.
What statue should I be looking for in Kythera?
Oh, what an island. The birthplace of the goddess of love. How I wish I could go with you.
It is a fitting place, then, to look for Aphrodite.
Exactly. The island lies at the southeastern tip of the Peloponnese. You will find what we seek at Aphrodite's feet.
What's in Thasos?
Ah, a controversial statue indeed. It can only be the one of Theagenes from this northern isle.
Theagenes?
The Olympic hero. It's even rumored that Heracles himself was his father. He was exquisitely immortalized by the sculptor Glaukis of Aegina.
What statue should I seek in Samos?
Well, it's not exactly Samos or Lesbos, but a small island nestled between. In the bosom of the ocean, one might say.
Stick to the statue. What is it?
Why, Poseidon, of course. It is as if you are watching the god himself holding back the waves.
I should be on my way. This will take some time.
Of course. But I am excited to see where this will lead.
As am I. Stay safe, Phidias.
You too. And return to me as soon as you have all the clues.
Don't worry, I will. Here it is, the Skitali. Now I can decode the messages. I will avenge you, Phidias. Rest assured of that. Are these people harassing you?
Harassing him? We're his parents!
I told you, Mother. This is for your protection.
Protection? From what, exactly?
He just got back from Delphi. Spoke with the Oracle. Been out of his mind ever since.
She revealed my prophecy. My mind has never been more clear. She said I would do unspeakable things to my parents. That Mother's blood would stain the earth. And Pater would scream to the gods in agony.
Oracles and prophecies do more harm than good. You should listen to your gut. What are you doing?
Listening to my gut. And it's telling me my parents will suffer if you don't help me.
Here we go.
You could save my parents from my vicious wrath.
You don't have a vicious bone in your body.
Quiet, Pater. Me and the Misios are talking. My sword and shield. Gifts from Mater and Pater. We must return them to my parents, so they can defend themselves from my ferocious temper.
All right, Supidio. I'll get these weapons for you. For a price.
Of course. My parents will gladly pay you for your troubles.
What?
What?
Seek out Costa, the village blacksmith. I brought him the sword to be sharpened not too long ago.
And the shield?
This will be trickier. I'll explain when you return from the blacksmith.
Can't wait.
Eros on Earth. My name is Costa, at your service.
Alexios.
Whatever you need, name it. It's yours. I could bend some metal for you, oil those rippling muscles, fix that broken spear.
I'm looking for a sword. Belongs to Supidio.
Ah, Supidio. Love that boy. Bit on the thin side, if you ask me. His parents feed him nothing.
Yes. Well, he needs his sword back.
And I'd love to give it to you. His sword, I mean. But I can't just hand over swords to every gorgeous warrior who walks by.
Just give me the sword, or I'll make this a day you'll never forget.
Oh, there's no need to get all heated. Tell you what, I'm drinking wine with someone special tonight, and I'd really like to make a good impression. But there's a small problem. My spear is also broken.
What a shame.
But there are special flowers in the forest beyond Xerxes' military fort, planted by Aphrodite herself. They really help to, reforge, if you know what I mean.
Fine, I'll get the flowers and you'll give me the spear. I mean, sword. Don't go anywhere.
Gorgeous, Misthios. You take my breath away. Did you bring the flowers?
Can't even go flower picking without some beast trying to kill me. But yes, I have them.
Perfect. This will make tonight a night to remember.
I'm very happy for you. Now, what you promised.
Of course, of course. I was just wondering, since we're here, what if I took the flowers now? There's a clean spot in my shop where we could,
I'm only here for the sword. I did what you asked. Now hand it over.
You break my heart, Misthios. But I'll make good use of the flowers. Here's the sword, as I promised.
You've returned. Did you bring the sword?
I did.
Thank the gods. I knew I could count on you. But this is only one of the items I needed. And I have 2 parents.
So tell me about this shield.
Well, according to my parents, it was stolen while I was visiting the Oracle of Delphi.
Stolen? It's as good as gone then.
I overheard Mater and Pater whispering about it. They mentioned the cave beyond the Red Lake. Talked about the thief as if they knew her.
Strange.
Go to the cave, Misthios. Bring me back my shield. Only then will my parents be truly safe from my fury. At last! Did you find the shield?
I did. Now you can protect yourself from the prophecy.
So, you found the thief?
Oh yes. Cut her in half. She won't steal anything from anyone ever again.
And what about the blacksmith?
He's fine. Could use a cold bath, but he's fine.
Thank the gods.
Thank you, Misthios. You spared my parents from my wrath. Now, if you would release me.
Actually, there's something your mother and I have to tell you. Your parents are...
Very happy to have such a caring son to protect us. Thank you, Misthios. We're all fine now.
Odd family.
Well, aren't you something nice to look at? I'm Odessa, as in Odysseus.
Alexios.
Although, I'd enjoy the sight of you a lot more if I wasn't tired of taking care of my sick father.
No wonder you're upset. You want to be out exploring, but you're stuck here instead.
I'm glad somebody gets it.
If you don't like it, do something about it.
Not until my father is better. I need to get a couple of things for him. Maybe you could help me.
Don't worry. I'm here to help. What do you need?
A few herbs from the Valley of King Lelech nearby. Also need a mixture from the market to combine with the herbs. There's a merchant there holding on to it for me.
Is your father really so sick you can't get him yourself?
I'm his only child. I'd rather be close by, in case he gets worse.
Do you know what's wrong with him?
No, only that he's not getting better. The mixture and herbs I need may help with the pain at least.
If he dies, all his land will be yours, right?
Yes, but I'd sell it anyway. What better reason to leave everything behind and truly begin my quest, like Odysseus?
Stay by your father. I'll be...
Did you need something?
Do you know what's wrong with him?
No, only that he's not getting better. The mixture and herbs I need may help with the pain, at least.
What's your connection to Odysseus?
I'm a descendant of his. I'm named after him, too.
Stay by your father. I'll be back with the herbs and the mixture.
Are the herbs and mixture okay? You did get them, didn't you?
That's what you're worried about? We were just attacked.
Surely you should be used to that by now. Random bandits litter these lands. What did that letter you were reading say?
That they were after you and only you, not me.
I can't believe it.
Looks like it deals with your father's estate. They probably want you and him both gone so they can take it.
I could have died. Without making a name for myself, I'd never be worth anything at all.
It's a good thing I came back in time.
I'm grateful you did.
Now what? Clearly, there's more going on here than you first told me.
I didn't think you'd be drawn into it. But now that you are, I can prove to you that I'm the victim.
Good.
I knew you would. You already believe they're after me, and you're right. I want to have proof in my hand saying why.
The truth always comes out.
It will. And then I can finally follow in the footsteps of Odysseus.
So long as your search for glory never ends, your name will be remembered.
Perhaps they'll sing your name as well in the songs they write about me.
If you want to find the truth, we need a clue.
What about the note you found? From the leader of Megaris. He's planning something.
If there's proof he's after you, it would be at his home. I could check.
You would do that for me?
I'll find the proof you need.
Good. I want this whole thing to be over.
Do you have any idea what I'm looking for?
The leader is the most powerful man in Megaris. I can't accuse him of anything unless I have proof that he's after me.
Let's say I do find the truth you're looking for. What next?
Then I'd tell everyone who would listen. The leader wouldn't dare kill me or my father once everyone knows their plans.
I'll be back with proof, whatever it may be.
You've returned. I hope with good news.
I'm not sure if it's good or not yet. There were 2 pieces of proof I found that they're after you.
Perfect. What were the reasons?
One was due to your family's wealth. The other had to do with an arranged marriage.
That's plenty of proof showing I'm the victim here.
You've hired other mercenaries.
Oh, just for odd jobs here and there. There's always something to be done that could use one.
A man you were meant to marry was killed suddenly.
He was probably killed by the same people who want to kill me.
After everything I found, I know what's going on.
And what's that?
You don't deserve any of this. You're only trying to live your life.
Of course I am. I've done nothing wrong. I just want to have a healthy father and to start my journey.
Don't worry. You will soon.
My life is being wasted standing around here.
A lot can happen in a small amount of time. Trust me.
So that's it then. I guess there's nothing else to do.
You're right. I hope to hear stories about you in the future, Odessa.
Oh, you will. You'll see.
By the gods! Itor! Is that you? You look old, my friend.
When was the last time I saw you? Kefalonia. That job for Marcos. Remember? We ended up back to back, surrounded by angry pirates.
Though as I recall, I had your back.
Polish your memories like you would your armor, and they'll make much better tales.
I'd heard rumors you'd settled down in Attica. Always thought you'd die with a blade in your hand, not open up a shop.
The blade I always thought I'd take with me is missing. I could use your help, if you're willing to assist an old friend.
You mean Arpi? You love that blade.
Some Malacca's commander came in here demanding I fix his fucking twig. When I couldn't, he said I was obligated to provide a new one. And the one he wanted was hanging on my wall.
I'll get Arfi back for you.
Don't do anything stupid. I just want her back.
Hey, you know me.
That's why I'm afraid.
Tell me where to find the commander.
He's here in Attica, at Fort Philem.
Why go to so much trouble for an old sword?
She's the only thing I loved that never left.
And how will I know her when I see her?
How could you forget a hilt of gold with a curling serpent moving up the blade? Always sharp, no matter what. And when you swung her, well, she'd sing a siren song of death. Kept me alive through many a scrape.
That I do remember. I should be going.
Remember, we don't want trouble. Just sneak in and take it. You're still good at that, right?
I won't lower myself to answer that. Itor.
Ah, my friend. I'm so glad you're here.
I know that look. If you need a favor, just tell me.
Well, yes. A small one. A mercenary and old friend of mine has gotten himself captured.
So you'd like me to free him?
Sadly, I'm no longer able to do these things myself. Otherwise, I wouldn't ask.
Okay, I'll do it.
Thank you, my friend. Once you rescue him, take him to the beach. I've left a boat there for him to escape.
Tell me where to look for him.
He's in a military camp just north of here.
Why are you so worried about the mercenary?
He's a friend. Didn't I do the same for you? Remember that trouble you and Marcos got into?
Yes, you're right.
If we're not going to look out for each other, who will?
Time to go get your friend.
Think you wouldn't sew up?
You!
Hello, Emilko. Long time.
Itor, what's going on? Why are you here?
Of course. He didn't tell you, did he? You've been used, my friend.
Shut up! I'm not here to hear you talk. I'm here to see you die.
You deceived me! You asked me to rescue him just so you could kill him.
I didn't lie. Just omitted some details, that's all.
I got him out as you asked, so why kill him now? I could have dealt with him if that's what you wanted.
Because I had to see him.
Why?
Because he killed the love of my life.
We both shared guilt in that. But she was my wife!
Your wife?
She wouldn't have died if...
What? If I hadn't caught you? If you hadn't attacked me? If she hadn't tried to stop us? If our blades hadn't struck her down? Who's to blame here?
It sounds like neither of you was at fault.
He drew his weapon first.
You were with my wife. What did you expect? It is my right to restore my honor.
It seems neither of you wanted to kill her. There are no winners here, and neither of you has to die. Let it go.
You're right. I'm sorry. Fuck you're sorry. You destroyed my life that night. But I agree with your friend. Let's just pray we never see each other again.
Why, you? Let him go. You made the right choice here.
Sometimes we cannot make up for the mistakes of our past. I'm just glad all those years with me didn't rub off on you.
Sometimes we need to move on from the past, like I did from Kefalonia. You have a chance to make a new life. Use it.
Thank the gods you're here. A hunting party has been attacked outside the city, near the cursed land of Oedipus.
Any survivors?
This man saw dead bodies, but he could still hear screaming.
There are many dangerous beasts out in the wild. If someone is injured, they won't last long.
I need you to go and rescue whoever is still alive, and put an end to the dangerous beast that attacked them.
All right, I'll destroy the beast and see if anyone's still in one piece.
If they are, bring them back to me, and I'll do what I can to save them.
There are a lot of hunting grounds nearby. Where should I look?
They were sighted following animal tracks around Snakehead Rock.
Do you know what attacked them?
Not for certain. The roar could have been from any number of beasts. Many predators call the wilds of Viotia their home.
How many people will I find out there?
It sounded like only one hunter was left alive, but hunting parties usually contain 3 or 4 people.
I'll go and find the trail. How's the patient?
He'll survive if I treat his injuries.
If?
This man is a monster. He's a slave trader who treats people so terribly that they injure themselves just to avoid working for him. If I help him, he'll continue to hurt others. But if I choose to do nothing, many will be spared pain and suffering.
It shouldn't matter what this man has done. He deserves to be treated like anyone else. We can't judge others when they're at our mercy.
I know it's my duty to help this man, but if you'd seen some of the injuries I've treated that he's caused, you would understand my doubts. The innocents of the Greek world have suffered enough lately.
What if I free his slaves? If he has no slaves, he can't mistreat them anymore. And you'll be able to treat him without guilt.
Yes, I can save this man. And you can prevent him from hurting others. Our kindness here will show him the error of his ways, show him a different path to walk. You would do this for me?
Of course I'll free the slaves for you.
Thank you, my friend.
Where are these slaves being held?
I remember paying a visit to a camp on the riverbank east of Lake Cobais to treat a slave for self-inflicted injuries. I'd try there.
Are hunting parties often attacked this close to the city?
It's quite unusual. But with the war raging all around us and the plague consuming everything else, it's no surprise the beasts are becoming more desperate.
If the slaves are in danger, I will need to hurry.
Thank you for freeing us. That beast Galeos has worked us all to the brink of death. Now I can return home to my family.
I freed the slaves.
I've treated his injuries enough to stabilize him, but he isn't out of danger yet. I don't know if I can bring myself to complete the treatment.
I've freed his slaves and his business is finished. Perhaps our kindness will show him there is another path.
If I do nothing, I'll be no better than him. I'll make sure he recovers.
When he does, be sure to tell him how his life was in our hands.
Only the gods have the power to decide life and death. What I do is insignificant compared to their benevolence.
I've seen you save many from a trip down the Styx.
But look at the plague. For all my knowledge and experience, I could do nothing against it. I have to accept that my reach only goes so far. Thank you for your help, my friend. I must go. I have an appointment with a patient elsewhere.
You know it's unwise to upset a patient.
He asks me to end his life when he knows I can't.
Messias, please help me. I'm in such terrible pain.
You cannot simply ask someone to kill you in my presence. I'm your physician. I will not allow it. I can ease your pain, analyze your symptoms, and try to cure you. But that's all.
Life is about choice, and we should all be able to choose for ourselves when we leave this world.
And I will. Once I know my family's future is secured.
Secured how?
My family is one of the richest in Thebes, and we have many rivals. When I die, my son will become the head of our house. He's just a boy. I need to ensure they can't take advantage of my death.
I'll deal with your rivals, and give your son a fighting chance.
Thank you, Misthias. If you steal their assets, it will weaken their position and prevent them from posing a threat to my family. That will buy my son time.
What do I need to steal?
To really weaken them, steal their debt registry, their mortgage testimonials, and their collection of fine jewels.
Where do I need to go?
Their estate is nearby. It's one of the most finely decorated homes in all of Thebes. Except for mine, of course.
Why not just kill them and remove the threat for good?
If they're weakened, they won't pose a threat to my family's position. If they're removed, another family will rise up to take their place and still pose a threat. This solution keeps my family safe and their position secure.
Stealing isn't normally what I'm paid for, but I'll get it done.
If doing this helps bring him some semblance of peace, I will pray for Tiki to watch over you.
I've done what you asked. Your family's position will be secure for quite some time.
You have given me hope that my name will live on long after I'm gone. All I can ask the gods for now is that my son lives a longer and happier life than I. I'm in your debt.
You don't owe me a thing. Really.
Now, it pains me to ask, but I need your help with one more thing.
I know what you want to ask.
This disease will claim me, be it today or another in the future. It's a matter of when, not if.
Hippocrates won't just let me kill you.
No, but he'll listen to you. If you can convince him it's what's best for me, he might change his mind. I don't want to slowly waste away. I want to die in peace, while my family remembers me in a good light.
I'll talk to him for you.
I appreciate your help. You've shown me more kindness in the last few days than most have my entire life. Now I must rest.
He seems to be resting peacefully now.
Yes, you helped ease his mind, but he'll never truly be at peace until he takes his last breath.
When will that be?
It's hard to tell. Judging by his symptoms, it'll be sooner rather than later. I can lessen his pain, but to do so, I'll need some hemlock.
I'll collect the ingredients you need.
Thank you. It won't stop the pain entirely, but I hope it'll help him feel more comfortable.
He doesn't want to feel better. He wants to die with some dignity.
True dignity would be fighting through this, so I can analyze his symptoms further.
I can't imagine how difficult this must be. But I know you're doing what you can to help him.
Sometimes I worry that it's never enough. First the plague, and now this? The ailments that afflict men are as varied as the gods. It would take me many lifetimes to learn about them all.
Hemlock is rare. Where do you harvest it?
It grows all across Viotia, but check near the tumulus of Platea. I'm sure I saw some when I was last there.
Why are you treating him with poison? Hemlock is deadly.
Only in the wrong dosage. If my observations are correct, it should lessen the pain racking his body.
I'll get the hemlock you need. I got the hemlock you wanted.
Thank you. I know this task was a little beneath you, but it will help my friend here. I've prepared the elixir base, but I need you to grind the herb and add it to the mixture.
I think I can handle that.
Be mindful of the amount you add. While the hemlock is an excellent pain inhibitor, too much can be lethal.
Just as the doctor ordered. He seems to be calmer now.
The potion is working. With what I learn here, I could help many more who still have a chance at life.
Why don't you come with me? My crew and I need a good physician. Besides, the best way to see the world is by sea.
Yes, that does sound like a good opportunity. I'm bound to come into contact with all sorts of unusual ailments if I follow you.